Hello, vintage snowmobile fans. So on this page, I normally post strictly John Deere sleds. It's what I know the best. But I got myself a little wild here and I bought something that was not a John Deere. I've always had a soft spot for these Polaris TXs, but I don't know a doggone thing about them. I believe this is a 1979 model. It's a 440. When I picked it up, it was not in running condition. And it really isn't in running condition now, I guess, if we get down to it. The sled, I'll give you a little walk around of it here. It's not terrible. I probably paid too much for it, but that's okay, because I take great fun in just bringing sleds back to life that hadn't ran. So it does have a rip in the seat here, but the seat's very complete. I mean, the dash pad here is just immaculate shape. I don't know what goes bad on Polarises. I'm not a Polaris guy. This isn't C's. Like I said, if you Polaris guys don't hesitate to just jump into comments if you see something that I should look for or look out for. Like I said, when I bought it, I was not a Polaris guy, and I missed a few things. There was two skis on it when I got it. There's only one that resembles a ski, and pardon my mess here. I'm kind of in the midst of a couple projects at once here. I'm working on another John Deere at the same time. Not even that one. That was just an example to look at. But anyway, the other ski on this side didn't even resemble a ski anymore. It was so bent it looked more like a banana. I'm guessing the people that used to ride this used to go to the Tabby and get all Star Spangled Banner hammered, because, I mean, this is the front spindle on the left side and it's completely broke. It's not even attached anymore. This is totally broke away. And then on top of that, because I'm not a Polaris guy and I don't know what to look for, I learned a valuable lesson about TXs, and maybe it's not all TXs. Maybe it's just this one. I did have it running, actually. But if you look here, you can see that the complete bulkhead is totally broke away all the way across on this big I-beam for steering. I'm going to have to pull the motor and get a shop to TIG it up. I am not a TIG welder. So, but I did have it running, and I'm actually really impressed. This sled came out of a barn and hadn't been ran since 1986. And so I sonic cleaned the carburetors. I used the original jets. I even used the original fuel pump. And I just ran it on some 40-to-1 mixed true fuel. I think these are 50-to-1 from the factory, but I'm not 100%. And it fired up on the fourth pull with the original fuel pump. It was really impressive. The cylinders were 140 on each side. I don't know if that's typical or not for a Polaris TX. I did pull the primary off because it's stuck immediately. Again, pardon my disaster in the background. So I did pull the primary off. I got a guy that's going to go through it for me. I do not know my Polaris clutches, but I know a guy that's like a wizard with them. So I have him do it. We got a little bit of trade deal going on. I don't know, are these things known for crank seals? You guys let me know. Don't be afraid to say something in the comments. I'll try to get back to you if I can. I'm probably going to, since I'm going to pull the motor and have it tigged up, that front I-beam, probably going to do the seals in this motor, the lower crank seals, just so I know what I'm riding on. I mean, it runs really good. I will add the video in the end of it running. I did not know how to set the carburetors till just now, so I didn't have time to set them initially. I just went on a whim and a guess on how to set them. And because my Polaris knowledge is not worth a damn, I did not know where to look for cleats or if they were bad or not, but thankfully I do have some NOS ones. I have almost a full track's worth of NOS, so hopefully if the rubber's good, which again, I know nothing about TXs or Polarises, so this skid could be the right one, it could be the wrong one. I have no idea. That's way out of my realm. I'm sure I'll be able to fix it and get it running good. It's still a little messy. It's amazing. You wash these things and vacuum them out and stuff still shows up after you fire them up. I'm not sure if these carb boots are known to rip or not. It seemed to run really good. I fired up. So I guess I'll bring you guys along with me as I go through this journey, and just thought I'd give you guys just a little update of what I putz with. It's not John Deere all the time. Sometimes you got to do something just a little bit different just to see if you actually know what you're doing or not. And I've learned I don't know a dang thing about Polarises. Well, here we are back on my 1979 Polaris TX 440 learning experience. I pulled the motor out here because I decided, you know, a guy should really do the crank seals. It's 40 years old, and I don't know how these Polarises are to the Cowies, but the Cowies were known for them, so I figured what the heck. But when I took the 3 bolts out that hold the motor in, I realized I had bigger issues. This piece here, where the steering was, broke off. And I got a feeling old Ole and Sven, they had a heck of a ride home with this one. I'm guessing this is one of those times where Ole, he told Sven, you know, you just take off without me and I'll limp this puppy back to the cabin and you make sure I have a crisp old-fashioned waiting for me when I get there. And I'm guessing, you know, old Ole, by the time he showed up to the cabin, his hands were just vibrating from this thing, pulling him all over the snow. But, you know, we'll get her tigged back together here, and it sucks that it's so busted as bad as it is. I mean, holy moly. I mean, there's no penetration at all. I mean, I'm no professional welder, but these tigs here on the bottom, these little stitch welds, they didn't even break the seam. I'll be interested to see how bad the track is when I get into it. I see here we got a little damage from when she threw the cleat, but you know, this is pretty entertaining of a project, and one way or the other, I'm not parting it out. It'll be back on the snow, even if I got to put some steel angle iron in the front to bolt it back together if need be. Hopefully don't get to that, but there ain't a straight piece on her. I mean, it's both sides, them things are broke clean off.